Right now, and don't know how long that'll be, I need to be in the place that makes me happy.
Has Sandra Bullock come out of grief? It's been a tough road for Sandra Bullock. After losing her husband, she stepped away from the spotlight. The actress took a break from the film industry in 2022, but it seems like Sandra is slowly but surely finding her way back. Sandra Bullock has been pretty much off our screen since 2015, leaving fans wondering where their favorite movie star went. But guess what? It looks like the queen of rom-coms is making a comeback. After taking a much-needed break from the spotlight, Sandra is slowly stepping back into the public eye. It hasn't been easy though. She had to endure the heartbreaking loss of her partner, Brian Randall, in 2023. Sandra Bullock taking a break from the spotlight was something that many fans like you never expected. If you see, she recently took some time to look back on her incredible career. With a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and nearly 50 amazing movies under her belt. She's definitely got a lot to be proud of, but after wrapping up the romantic comedy The Lost City in March 2022, she decided to hit the pause button on her Hollywood life. When asked how long she'd been away from the big screen, Sandra simply said, "I don't know. Sounds like she's really taking some much-needed time for herself." But then tragedy struck her. As many of you know, she lost her hubby, Brian, in 2023. A heartbreaking loss indeed for Sandra. Photographer Brian Randall was the love of Sandra Bullock's life. They had 8 beautiful years together until tragedy struck. In 2020, he was diagnosed with ALS, a cruel disease that slowly shuts down the body. There's no cure, no way to stop it. For 3 long years, Brian bravely fought ALS. But on August 6, 2023, he lost the battle. It was a devastating loss for Sandra and their loved ones. A source close to the family shared that she's been leaning on her support system to get through this incredibly difficult time. With a heavy heart, she's now focused on raising her children. But then, for how long can she sit mourning the loss of her loved one? In fact, the fans should get ready now to dive back into the world of Sandra. She is officially making her grand return to the silver screen, and fans couldn't be more excited. She's teaming up with the incredible Nicole Kidman for a sequel to the beloved 1998 classic, Practical Magic. All are waiting to see what kind of enchanting trouble the Owen sisters get into this time, and also the magical chemistry of Sandra and Nicole. Okay, so now let's talk about Sandra Bullock and Brian Randall. It's a pretty fascinating story, isn't it? You'd think with all the glitz and glam of Hollywood, love stories would be as dramatic as their movies, but their relationship was actually quite the opposite. Many fans could not even think that Sandra would fall in love with such a person. But then, there are no boundaries for love. What do you say? They met in the most unexpected way, at her son's birthday party. Can you imagine that? Brian was there as the photographer capturing the moment, and little did he know, he'd be capturing something way more special. They started dating in 2015, and from the outside looking in, it seemed like a pretty low-key, normal relationship. Their relationship was marked by a deep affection and mutual respect. Bullock often spoke of Randall as the love of her life, admiring his character and the positive influence he had on her children. Together, they built a loving family, with Bullock raising her adopted children, Louis and Layla, alongside Randall's daughter, Skylar. Now, this isn't your typical Hollywood couple talking about their personal lives to every magazine out there. They kept their love life pretty private. There were exceptions too. Sandra did open up a bit on Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Table Talk. She talked about how Brian was an amazing partner and the kind of person she wanted her kids to look up to. It was sweet, right? Tragically, their love story took a heartbreaking turn. Brian passed away in August 2023 after a private battle with ALS. It was a massive loss for Sandra and their family. Despite the pain, their love story is a reminder that sometimes the quiet, steady kind of love is the most powerful. Can you believe it? The actress revealed that she hasn't ruled out finding love again someday. It's no surprise though, given her incredible strength and resilience. But let's be real. Right now, Sandra's world revolves around healing and cherishing the memories of her partner Brian, who sadly passed away last year. She's a dedicated mom first and foremost, and her kids are her rock. She is therefore focused on starting new chapters with her family for the time being, even though there may be a chance for romance in the future. Sandra Bullock is a Hollywood icon. For over 3 decades, she's captivated audiences with her roles, from romantic comedies to action thrillers. And while she loves sharing the spotlight with her latest projects, the actress is always protective of her personal life. But things have changed after her longtime partner, Brian Randall, passed away last year. Since then, many people like you were curious about Sandra behind the screen. Let's dive into Sandra's past love life. All of you know Sandra as the queen of rom-coms, right? But her love life has been anything but a fairy tale. Believe it or not, the woman who makes us laugh and cry on screen has had her own share of ups and downs when it comes to love. Before she found what she called the love of her life in Brian Randall, Sandra had a few high-profile relationships. There was her marriage to motorcycle enthusiast Jesse James. It seemed like a match made in Hollywood, but things took a serious turn when news of his infidelity broke. Can you imagine the heartbreak? But Sandra, being the strong woman she is, picked herself up and moved on. It's like they say, when one door closes, another opens. And in this case, it opened to a world of single motherhood. Sandra adopted a son, Louis, and later a daughter, Layla. Talk about a superhero mom. She was juggling a demanding career while raising 2 kids on her own. So, while Sandra's love life wasn't always a smooth ride, she's shown incredible resilience and strength. She's found happiness, love, and a beautiful family. And that's what truly matters, doesn't it? The interesting thing is Sandra till date has not spoken much about her marriage to Jesse James. Sandra Bullock is more than just a magazine headline. She's a Hollywood powerhouse with a remarkable track record of box office success. Sandra Bullock isn't just a name, she's a Hollywood institution in itself. From the heart-pounding action of Speed to the heartwarming drama of The Blind Side, this woman can do it all. She's one of those rare stars who could effortlessly transition from one role to another very easily. It's no secret that Sandra is a major player in Hollywood. She's been raking in the big bucks for years, and it's easy to see why. Her movies are like popcorn, addictive and entertaining. Whether you're in the mood for a laugh, a cry, or a thrill, Sandra's got you covered. But it's not just her box office appeal that makes her a standout. She's also a total boss. Sandra is not afraid to take risks, and she's proven time and time again that she's got the talent to back it up. Remember that time she won an Oscar for The Blind Side and a Razzie for All About Steve in the same year? Sandra is the one who inspires everyone. Did you know that Sandra Bullock is officially Netflix's biggest movie star? From the suspense of Bird Box to the raw emotion of The Unforgivable, she totally owned the streaming platform. With 2 massive hits under her belt in Netflix, it's clear Sandra is keeping us glued to our screens. Who's ready for her next blockbuster on Netflix? In addition to her acting prowess, Sandra is renowned for her grounded attitude. She's the girl next door who, for some reason, made it to the top of the global entertainment scene. A great deal of her appeal comes from her relatability. Thus, keep Sandra Bullock in mind the next time you're scanning streaming sites to decide what to watch. She is the entertainment queen, and it is always entertaining to see her. Do you think Sandra Bullock will dominate Hollywood upon her return? Do share your views on this in the comments section. For more interesting stories and updates, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon for notifications. Goodbye!